Hear ye, hear ye. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them from another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to effect their safety and happiness. July 4th, 1776, Declaration of Independence of the United States of America, declaring that we, the individual people, we the people, have unalienable rights. That government is necessary, it exists, it is ultimately, in the overall, is for our good as people and as a society, but government absolutely has limits on power, limits on its authority, limits on what it can do. The government cannot demand that we house troops in our homes. The government cannot come into our home without separate review and scrutiny regarding their purpose and intention within a limited scope of what they're seeking. Constitution, we developed these. In the Constitution, we spelled out more. The Declaration of Independence was the conceptual foundation, an expression of why we were already declaring our independence. The United States was not, has not been, and will never be perfect. We, the people, must continue to strive for the ideals that we have expressed, for our belief that all men are created equal. The understanding of what that means has expanded. We have done this. In 1776, a lot of these things applied only to white Christian men who were a particular religious group who had property. There was more. And just for those who don't know, if you don't know, you should know, back in 1776, white was small. It was limited. It didn't include Irish, it didn't include Germans, it didn't include Italians, it didn't include them, it didn't include Portuguese, it didn't include people that today we generally categorize as white. We're talking about a very small group who nevertheless, from the concepts, we have expanded it. Expanded it. The most egregious example, of course, was enslaving people while we were declaring all men are created equal. But look at history. Look at what happened. If you don't know what happened, visit the cemetery at Antietam. where one of my ancestors is buried, fighting to free the slaves, to end slavery in America. We have spilled much blood making this country, forcing this country into a different place, into a better place. Look at the long struggle by Black Americans during the civil rights movement. Don't get used to the term. It was decades of Black Americans struggling to get legal judgments, small cases, relatively insignificant cases. They weren't insignificant, but targeting this, identifying this, to get judgments so that they could build up the legal foundation of judges over and over and over again, coming back and saying separate but equal is not equal. Look at the struggle of Black Americans. I'm going to take the bus. I'm not going to take the bus, sorry. I'm going to boycott. You know they did that for almost a year in Montgomery, Alabama? You know how hot it is in Montgomery, Alabama? Yet they walked. They walked for miles to get to where they were going, to get to work. And they did it for, I think it was 11 months. The struggle of Black Americans for decades to get the rights that are theirs, just like they're yours, just like they're mine, just like they're hers, just like they're his. We will never be perfect, but we are so much further off. There's been a problem over the last 5 to 10 years. Marxism and Marxist critical race theory, diversity, equity, inclusion, these things have infiltrated so many people and thinking and minds. We now have an infection from within of people who have resegregated us, demanded that we put race first, sex first, ethnicity first. Today's Independence Day. All men are created equal. Which side are you on? Do you believe that? Said it before in a previous video. What race are you? My answer is human. All men are created equal. And since many people can't define what a woman is anyway, so stop with all that. But all men is a generic term for human. You like the idea of putting all humans are created equal, okay, put it in there. I don't care. I think it's unnecessary. Particularly since you've tied yourself up into a Gordian knot, not being able to define what a woman is. All men are created equal. It's been very hard to watch the destruction of so much of our society, the infiltration of so much of our society in the minds of Americans and people in the West, Canada, the UK, Australia, and many others, to no longer think that we are after seeing people as having equal rights with different experiences, yes, but still equal rights. Here's to today. Here's to being positive about it and saying, let's go forward. Let's reclaim our heritage. Let's create our heritage. We have so many examples of our forebears, some of them are still alive, who have pushed for rights, liberties, freedoms, safety, and security. To the United States of America as the inspirational foundation of that, Happy 4th of July. Reject the woke. Reject the critical race theory. Stop it. Stop it. These people are making buck off of you if you buy that. There's my card. Prove me wrong. They're making money. Or did you not remember the $89 million the burn, loot, mayhem people, Marxists, took from people, good-hearted people, and took for themselves? Come on. Come on. Be an American or be a Marxist. Be an American who demands your rights, liberties, and freedoms. Who says, I'm here. Who's with me? I'm with you. In fact, I'm here. I'm still here. I've been here. Happy Independence Day. Let's be independent. And let's tell government, you better keep yourself in check, or we have to. Son of Liberty 2020, mliberty2020 at gmail.com, thelibertyhub.com. See you next time.